Are you going to read it?
Full screen.
There's some
Hatventures
really
Origins
loose
Episode
bits
1.
in there, which just...
This one's by Ross Hornby.
No, don't read that one.
Opening, a nightmare.
A nightmare.
Flashes of violent colour whip across the screen, married with the haunting voice of our adventurous screams.
In Minecraft.
In Minecraft.
Yeah, bear in mind, we are...
As they fall down a pit into the unknown, sudden flashes of
In
three
Minecraft.
adventurers falling into their doom scatter across our eyes as the blur of a dream appears.
I'm no good at staying
The muffled
straight.
sound of our hero's screams, become more distant as echoes as our protagonist comes into consciousness. Young Ross.
That's right, I had to write my own.
Huffs and puffs as he wakens.
It's a hero story.
I'm late, he says.
I embellish a few things.
Ross has a clean-shaven appearance and slept in his underwear. He rushes over to his chest
Dick's
to get
hard.
changed
Dick's harder than a
into
rock.
his army uniform. Does that mean he's an army guy? Ready to impress the sergeant when he enlists for the 7th time. There you go, backstory. A fanfare of bubbly orchestral music accompanies Ross as he rushes out of the bustling, busy village streets. The locals know Ross well, and he's quite the nuisance around town. Ross rushes past a couple of... That's a typo right there.
That's the
Local
music that'll go
villager.
with it.
Watch it! How rude! Bloody kids these days! Ross continues to run by, intent on getting to the
Picture the
enlistment
Beauty
point.
and the Beast opening scene with Belle wandering around. Hello.
He turns back. Young Ross, sorry! The villagers just look annoyed, muttering under their breath. The village is filled with people on their way to work, and merchants can be heard tooting their goods as Ross continues through. Merchant, Greg. Get your mushrooms 3 for £1! Loaves half price, get 'em while you can! Ross runs near the merchant and Greg tosses a brick towards Ross.
It's a brick.
Merchant, Greg. Good luck, fella, you'll knock 'em dead this time! Young Ross, confused.
A brick?
Thanks,
a brick
Greg.
of what? Wait, no, what?
Oh, you won? Yeah, it's just one of our visual
actual
gags,
brick.
isn't it?
It's a gag.
Merchant,
Right.
Greg. Wouldn't be the first time. Off you go, lads. Ross continues on his path to the Great Hall of Tyrannus.
Tyrannus, of course.
One of
Oh,
Ross's
man. The
beautiful
planning
names.
of that fucking map took so long. Oh, man. We genuinely
Did
planned
we
a
build
lot of
half
fucking
the
shit.
hall as well?
We built
We
all
built
of this.
so much stuff and just like scrapped it all because we just weren't. We were just perfect.
The entrance to the hall is grand and intimidating, as we built. Ross slows down as he takes time to consider what he's about to do, which is enlist in the army.
No, I was about to do something really awful.
he's gonna jizz on the steps of the Great Halls of Tyrannus. You can hear 2 guys standing in line ahead of him talking.
I can do this!
Guys, here's some exposition of the
Why don't you just
overarching storyline.
When you tease it out with donations, Trot.
Soldier 1. I'm going to get to the end of this page, and then all
okay.
further donations that say origin
hello.
script, I will continue.
Ding dong.
But it also may not
Trot,
be
trying to cash in,
guaranteed. I'm
filth.
telling you, they're malevolent, these little creatures. They don't stop. Soldier 2, you should have shown them some steel. Soldier 1, it's not that they're dangerous, but, they're just hurtful.
Oh, yeah. The
Ross
fucking-
slows down as he nears the grand entrance,
Nasty
looking
little
around.
shit.
That was the best inclusion we've ever done, I think.
Oh, the nasty
little shits.
Yeah.
Nice little shits were great.
Fucking great. Young Alan.
Fucking bastards!
Ross Turns around to see his old friend Alan.
Alan!
Alan,
What a name!
Don't say anything. Don't say anything. It's important that Alan is not revealed. Young Alan says, "You look surprised. You must have known I signed up last fall." Young Ross, I'm not going to do any more.
It's been so long, I had no idea. You're wearing different clothes.
Yeah. Well, it's been quite the ride. We're just stopping through before heading up north.
Up north, but...
I don't have all the information yet, but it seems like they're rising again.
That's crazy. I don't...
I shouldn't have said anything. Listen, I've got to go. Good luck. Maybe I'll see you up there.
No. I don't know what you're referencing.
Never mind. I didn't say anything. Got it?
You may as well have said nothing. I don't remember you being so confusing.
I've really got to go. Alan rushes away. Do you want to do the descriptions?
Alan rushes away into a crowd of uniformed soldiers. Ross seems a little taken aback as he shakes it off and enters the Great Hall of Tyrannus.
Title impending, yeah.
What the hell is up north? I'm remembering why I didn't keep in touch with that guy.
Ross walks along the marble pathway towards a lonely-looking desk centered upon a raised stage at the end of the hall. Two sergeants stand to attention at the desk while a rabble of fellow registering soldiers chat to one another.
You there!
Yes, sir.
You enlisting?
Well, hopefully I'll make it.
Shut your hole, boy. I ain't interested in your life story. So shut your mouth when you're talking to me.
That's not entirely...
Not one for listening, eh? Get your papers. Name!
No, read the
Ross
bit.
shuffles close to the desk to hand over his
Name!
papers.
Ross, sir.
How old are you?
18, sir.
You look like a 12-year-old Vietnamese hooker.
Oh, that's not PC.
Never mind, you'll do. Oh, Sergeant 2.
We're not too choosy these days. We'll get you up front. Can never have enough fodder.
The
Sergeant lets out a hearty laugh.
He's right. They'll be gunning you down in a heartbeat, boy. Welcome to the regiment.
Gunning? With guns? I'm not so sure.
What I say about shutting your fucking mouth, huh? Follow me. It could be sweary.
Fucking
The
was it in
sergeant
there?
walks towards the staircase leading up to the back of the hall. It's grand and leads up to an opening in the mountain. Several soldiers are walking through.
I'll give you some words of wisdom now. So listen up.
I'm all ears.
You sure are, goofy bastard. Anyway, onto the battlefield. The first thing you need to remember is that
Shouting from a distance.
I forgot about the
Can't
script.
walk off! There's bloody queue piling up, incompetent bitch!
this is important. It's the most forgotten technique known to a soldier, and by God, is it underused.
Hey! Asshole! I ain't getting any younger.
Coming! A wise man once told me that no matter what you do on the battlefield...
Godfrey! I will demote you if you don't get your ass here right now.
Yes, sir. My mistake. You're on your own, kid. Oh, and grow a beard for Christ's sakes. He doesn't have a beard at this
Sergeant
point.
heads back to his post.
Yeah,
at the
we
desk.
were. Some context. The young Ross had no
Clean shaven.
beard, so that's obvious.
Context.
Young.
Ross looks back in awe and confusion, shakes his head and continues up the stairs. Ross turns to a passerby.
Is he normally like this?
Fuck off, wannabe.
Delightful.
Ross continues to walking up the grand staircase that leads into the mountains, ready for the training ahead.
External Training Grounds Day.
Ross is running in a rough terrain, joined by several other soldiers in green army gear. Ross jumps into a small body of water and wades through.
Oh God, this is a lot more than I expected. I didn't bring trunks.
Come on, suck it up. Not much further.
You sure
What are you
like,
gonna kiss?
you sure like to crack the whip, don't you?
Another soldier is about to pass Ross, and as Alan wades alongside Ross. I need to do a different accent. Make way, you guys suck.
Oh, come on, that was uncalled for.
We're behind everyone. Listen, you won't magically grow a beard for nothing. Let's go.
Ross powers through and progresses to a transition, laying in a trench being fired at in World War II simulation.
This is it! You blocky SOBs! We're in a war zone! Getting fired at from all angles! You can't run! You can't hide! And we're using live rounds, people! Live motherfucking rounds!
What? Live?
You will not die if you listen to me! Now keep your heads down and for God's sake don't get killed! This training still ain't legal.
Live rounds? He's kidding, right? I didn't know there was a mod for this.
Don't worry. Not been a death for a while. Although Tim took a knock to the nip, if you know what I mean.
A knock to the nip? How'd you merely take a knock to the nipple? I'm in way over my head here.
Now! Get your weapons out and let's kill some simulated enemies! Yeehaw!
The troops take their guns out and head over to the trench to face the oncoming gunfire.
Shit's about to get real blocky.
Alan leans over the trench, laying on the ground. The sergeant starts firing bullets into the air and celebrating.
Yeehaw! Hold on here! Hey, this is where we get to shoot shit. Simulated shit.
It's what I always wanted.
Ross follows Alan over the wall and starts running towards the enemy.
Oh, crap. This is great. This is the rush I was looking for, Alan. Wait, buddy. No, I'm getting a stitch. Go on without me. I'm just going to lay here.
Oh, this is hopeless. You can do this, I know it.
I'm not cut out for this. These guns, they're not fast enough. My legs, they're just not fast enough.
Stop the excuses. I didn't come along to watch you fail miserably.
Oh, Alan, you're too hopeful. That glint in your eye, it's too strong. It's blinding me.
What?
Close your eyes, man. It's too bright.
The sergeant runs over to Ross and Alan.
What are you limp dick fuckers doing here?
That language is just inappropriate. Alan's blinding me. Are there rules against this type of thing?
You better get up, boy, or I'll shoot you clean in the kneecaps, and you'll be down there for the rest of your life.
You're a real motivator, sir. Did you learn your training at a Full Metal Jacket school for assholes?
Sergeant pistol whips Ross in the face.
Oh, damn, that's smart. Right, I'm motivated. Don't know about you, Alan. Let's do this.
That's more like it, you lily-livered asshat.
Ross gets up and follows Alan as they continue into the battlefield. There's gunfire everywhere and they need to yell over the noise.
Make sure the safety is off. You'll need to reload after each shot.
What? No automatics? This is going to get tedious.
Ross
This is,
reloads.
by the way, I'll point out that this is because we knew that there was a gun mod.
There was a gun mod we could use.
And you could only refill by loading it
Right-clicking,
individually, and it was a pain in the ass. So this is
Yeah.
hence why it's like this.
Ross reloads his guns and fires at simulated clone zombies in the face. Blood sprays out gorily.
Okay, yep, I can do this.
Not so tedious, eh?
When are they going to kiss?
Alan and
Soon.
Ross run a rampage around the open land, shooting simulated zombies as they go, much like the bird's eye view scene in 30 Days of Night. The montage cuts between
go.
close-up shots of gunfire and bloodshed.
External training campsite dusk.
Army tents set the scene as the guys are back at their camp, banging. They're sat against a large tree overlooking a training ground. The simulated zombie bodies disappear through a digital haze.
So, you did well out there.
Oh, better than some at least.
A shot,
So
of,
arrogant.
a shot of digitized zombies are feeding on another soldier who's screaming and squirming on the ground.
Well, the real thing's much worse, my friend.
You don't have to tell me. Pauses thoughtfully. I've seen what they can do.
Ross pauses, looking into the sunset.
What? No flashback? Oh, come on.
Midway through his last word, it cuts to the credits. Black end plate.
Boom! Episode 1 done!
Fucking-
There you go.
All right, Hatventures Origins, Episode 2. The reason we call it Origins, by the way, is it's because it's meant to be some sort of backstory for our characters in all the series you
Origins, yeah. Trial with TJ Max and Al Smithy. How they came to be as their characters.
watch. All right, you got to be Alan again there, Trot, yeah?
I'll be Alan. Yeah.
Ross, you can be Tom,
Okay.
who's like an old, like, you know, he's not that old. He's in his like late 50s and
Smith
he's like
is-
a woodsman.
Description plus
He's-
other characters.
He's quite burly.
This is a sad one. So be prepared. Get your Kleenex ready for the jizzing and the crying.
Sesh that you're about to have.
External village and woods day. The camera flies over a small village near a wood. The simple village folk can be seen going about their day-to-day work. The camera drops down to street level, following a mud track through the village and out along a winding path that leads to the wood. A dog can be heard barking.
Kelvin! Oi! Kelvin! Come back here, you little terror!
Kelvin the dog can be seen loping back towards Alan, who is leant against a tree. He barks happily. Alan leans down to talk to him.
Ah, what are we going to do, buddy? I'm itching to get out of this place, but my flippin' knee is holding me back.
He grimaces and cusses under his breath and stands and turns back towards the village track.
Come on, then. We best be back. Nancy reckons that bloody mushroom stew of hers can work wonders, and I'm not one to argue.
The camera pulls back and away, up into the sky as the duo starts to move down the path. Kelvin can be seen to run ahead as Alan hobbles behind. The camera cuts to their exit from the woods by the village some time later. External, village, dusk. Kelvin runs out of a break in the trees, barking. Alan follows.
Oh, settle down!
Tom, Nancy's mild-mannered woodsman husband, is waiting for Alan by a tree trunk near the exit of the woods.
There you are. Nancy has been worried sick. Thought you'd done the other knee in and had got yourself stranded. Right then, let's get back to the house and get some grub. I'm bloody starving, and that wolf of yours is like to take a toddler if he's left too long.
He's harmless, really. Hopefully. Anyway, lead the way.
The three of them continue up a slight hill away from the woods entrance and into the beginnings of the village. The camera rises up, turns, and follows the trio. Several villagers greet them as they pass. A little girl tries to pet Kelvin. External, Nancy's house, evening. The evening is drawing in and the sun begins to disappear behind the horizon. Light can be seen to glow from the windows of the simple log and mud cabin home.
With thanks to a shader pack.
Nancy can be heard humming, busying herself with pots and pans. As the trio approach the porch of the building, Nancy suddenly opens the front door and moves out onto the porch just before the group go to climb the first few stairs.
And where the bloody hell have you lot been? I've been here slaving away on the stove whilst you've been gallivanting with that hopeless mutt of yours.
Calvin makes a sad dog noise.
Oh, she doesn't mean it, boy.
Nancy turns to Tom.
Oh, fuck, I'm both now. And you took your time. What, have you been off down the pub again?
Tom looks down at his feet.
Oh no,
back
dear.
up at Nancy.
I only had the one. Honest. I'm not an alcoholic. Please, Nancy, why are you like this? You dirty bitch.
Nancy turns and starts back towards the house, still talking as she goes. Her volume fades as she walks away from the group.
Honestly, right. We'll get inside, the lot of you, and wash up for dinner. We've got my secret recipe, mushroom stew for tea.
The group sighs. Calvin makes a sad dog noise. The group follow Calvin up into the house and the door closes behind them. Internal, Alan's cramped bedroom. The following day, Alan wakes and lazily opens his eyes. Morning in the village can be heard outside. Alan drapes his hand down to stroke Kelvin, who usually lies by his side on the mat. Kelvin's not there. Alan panics.
Huh? Kelvin? Where are you, buddy?
Alan sits up, realizing he doesn't know where Kelvin is.
Strange. Maybe he's in the kitchen.
Alan gets out of bed and moves to leave his room and enter the kitchen where he expects to see Nancy preparing breakfast. He enters to find the kitchen empty and the front door open. He moves to the kitchen in a sleepy state of confusion and out to the door into the busy main street. He almost trips over laughing, running children. External, main street, outside Nancy's. Child 1.
Watch out, mister.
Quick! Peter said he left down Barrow last night.
Activated my trap card.
Somebody killed his child.
Quick! Peter said he left it down.
He must be arriving soon.
What? Alan tries to shake off the sleepiness and try to work out what the child just said. He half walks, half stumbles down the main street towards the town centre.
Kelvin! Kelvin! Where are you, boy? You don't usually run off without breakfast.
Leathers! Iron! Good steel!
Alan approaches the shopkeep.
Excuse me, did you see a dog run by? He's got
That wolf, you
red-
mean?
Yeah.
I saw him run by. Not more than I cut you off.
He's got a red collar.
It's got a red collar. That wolf, you mean? Yeah, I saw him run by not more than an hour ago. Looked like he was chasing after Nancy and Tom. They were heading down to the town hall for some sort of occasion.
Oh, great, thank you.
Alan moves from the shop and starts down the road. The shopkeep can be heard to continue fading as Alan moves away.
I don't know what all the fuss is about anyway. Some bloke in a dressing gown's all I heard.
Alan weaves down the busy street, passing various other shopkeepers, crying their wares.
Hot pies! Hot pies! Discounts on slightly warm pies!
De-escalate it quickly.
Shopkeep 3.
Glass! Glass! Panes for sale! Square! See-through glass panes!
The shopkeep drops a pane from his hand and it can be heard to smash by the stall. He pauses, looks down and continues.
Glass! Glass shards for sale! Tiny, tiny shards! Fragments! Take them home to your family! Get them stuck in your feet too! Oh, fuck!
That's quite funny. Alan approaches the centre of town where a crowd is gathering to write around something. What the fuck is that?
To the right,
So
around
badly. Gathering to the right around something. So he sees Nancy towards the back of the mob, trying to push forward.
Nancy! Hey, Nance!
Alan goes to move towards Nancy to get her attention when a faint but familiar whine catches his ear. He stops in his tracks. He pauses for a moment, then hears it once again. He moves towards the source of the sound, waits again, hears it once more. You see where this is going. He stops at a large well in the centre of the town, realising Kelvin is somehow down the well.
Kelvin! How the heck did you get yourself down there, boy? It's okay, buddy. I'm coming down to get you.
Alan struggles for a moment, trying to work out how to get down, then spots a small ladder built into the wall and descends. The camera watches as he disappears into darkness.
Camera watches.
Internal the well. Alan climbs down, puffing as he goes, as the sound of the busy town fades and the sound of water and Kelvin come up to meet him.
Oh, it's pretty damp down here, eh, boy? And dark, too. Luckily, I bought some rather large matches.
Torches, of course.
Alan sticks a torch on a wall and lights up part of the winding water cave. He sees Kelvin at the end of the bend, just inside the range of light.
Oh, there you are. How the heck did you get down here? Must have been one heck of a fall. You chasing rats again? Oh, jeez, Rick.
Alan begins to trudge through the water towards him.
Oh, you know what I told you about that? They're too bloody quick for you. Oh, man. You seem really hurt. That was a big fall.
Alan struggles through the water. Still. Alan moves closer and stoops down to better inspect Kelvin.
Oh, buddy. How did you get yourself into these situations? You're hurt pretty bad. That leg doesn't look great. Can you walk?
Ruh-roh. Ruh-roh.
I can't carry you up the well. You eat too much.
More whimpering.
Kelvin whimpers.
What? You're going to give me a hard time for that? Yesterday you ate 4 loaves of bread, 6 eggs, and somehow scoffed an entire cactus. Okay, I'm going to have to get someone to help.
Alan moves to leave. Kelvin shows signs of worry as he stands.
I know. You don't want me to leave you behind. I'll see if I can call someone from down here.
Alan begins to shout loudly.
Help! Anyone up there? Can you hear me? My dog is hurt down here. We need some help.
The last word, help, echoes impressively through the
Help,
cave.
help, help. Wow, it really is echoey down here, isn't it? Hello! Hello!
Alan breaks into a small song.
What song was that? Is it?
That's no song.
Oh, Kelvin.
Yeah. Okay, I'll stop.
Okay, I'll stop.
Alan pauses, then sings a little more. Kelvin whimpers constantly in this whole thing.
I'm done. Okay, I'm going to have to climb back up to get some help. I'll be back as quick as I can. I won't leave you behind, okay, buddy? Woof. Nice.
Alan finds his way back up through the cave and climbs up the well back into the daylight with the sound of the village and distant melody of bards singing an ode to Barry the Blue.
Oh.
Which is this song?
Here it is.
Recording called Rough as Fuck Barry the Blue Song. This is probably going to be really fucking quiet, isn't it? Is that loud enough?
Oh, gather round, children, and a tale I'll tell thee about a mighty blue wizard by the name of Barry. He is wise, he is kind, he's a hero of note. And to top it all off, he's a bloody nice bloke. Oh listen, you merry free folk. Sing songs of his deeds and his luxury cloak, of his hair that is fair and his staff made of oak. Oh, Barry the Blue, he's a bloody nice bloke. Oh, Barry the Blue travels near and afar, ridding townships of monsters and beasts so bizarre. All the menfolk respect him and the demons abscond, and the ladies he wins with his magical wand. Oh, gather round, children, and a tale I'll tell thee about a mighty blue wizard by the name of Barry. He is wise, he is kind, he's a hero of note. And to top it all off, he's a bloody nice bloke.
That's what you can
There you go. That was it. Go.
External town centre. Alan spots Nancy again and approaches her.
Nancy! Hey, Nancy!
Alan almost falls into Nancy as she turns.
Oh, hello, love. Gosh, you're soaking. Where have you been? What's that smell?
It's Kelvin. He fell down the well and now he's hurt and I can't get him out. I need your help.
Oh, that poor hound. I'm no medicine woman.
Straight.
I'd only get in the way down there. You need Barry.
Who?
Barry! Oh, I forget you aren't from around here. Come on.
Nancy grabs hold of Alan and drags him through the crowd, pushing their way to the front. The camera follows them close through the crowd. Nancy suddenly peels away as the crowd opens up and Alan practically falls flat on his face. Continued. As he raises his head from the ground, he sees a pair of bright blue shoes which lead into what looks like a bright blue dressing gown. A gentle and warm voice speaks. Oh my, and who do we have here?
I'm Al Smithy.
Al Smithy? Well, that's a rather odd name.
No, it's just Smithy.
You know, I've always quite liked odd things. I think I'll call you Al Smithy.
I'm sorry, sir, but who are you?
Well, I'm Barry the Blue, of course. The camera swoops back and an ode to Barry the Blue finishes the episode. He's a bloody nice bloke.
He's a bloody nice bloke. There you go. That's the fucking shit.
Barry the Blue's basically like a pervy Gandalf.
Yeah.
Bit
of an alky as well.
Yeah, likes to drink.
Likes to drink. So there you go. Opening, a nightmare. The scene begins with complete blackness. Reminiscent, eerie, and dreamlike sounds used in episode 1 are heard. They intensify to the point where it flashes with the sound of an explosion to reveal the point of view of Trotimus. The diegetic sounds of fire, wind, and various intense environmental sounds are heard. Trotimus's blurry eyes struggle to focus on the surroundings, but he notices a figure coming towards him from a dark area of the room, surrounded in flames. A muffled, shouting voice attempts to get Trotimus's attention. He can't make out any of the words, only that they are directed at him. Suddenly, everything begins to reverse. The fire swiftly recedes. The person walks backwards to the shadow, and the exploded wall debris flings itself together to seal the hole at an ever-increasing pace, until it all burns white, followed by an intense crashing sound exploding inside Trotimus's head. Trotimus jolts awake inside a dark, stony jail cell. Trotimus jolts again at the scream, spins his head to look at where the scream came from. Stop it.
Sorry.
So, there you go. Thoughts
So,
like Steve Merchant.
Hi for starters. Often get nightmares then?
Trotimus is more concerned with his surroundings, looking around in a confused state.
Ignoring me. Nice. Have one of those double nightmares, you know, the ones where you wake up twice. I had one once. Bloody awful it was. Was falling down a huge pit, then boom!
Trotimus jolts. The word boom shook inside Trotimus's head for some reason. Sounded like a real crashing explosion. He turns around to look at the stranger.
Woke up in a bed with a donkey.
Trotimus lets out his collected breath with a mixture of relief and annoyance and turns away from the stranger to continue looking at the room.
I know, a flippin' donkey. Worst thing was its breath. I mean, it stank. You know, stank in the dream like a dream stink. So when I actually woke up, I ran to the toilet and violently brushed my teeth. It felt so real. I swear it tried to kiss me. You know, proper tongue action and all.
As the stranger mumbles onto himself about his dream, Trotmus leaves his bed to search around the room, getting his bearings, interrupting the story. Sorry, wait, great story. Who are you and where are we?
Ha! Where are we? Nice one.
Yeah, not helpful.
No, not really, was it? Sorry. Looks like we're prisoners, captives, convicts, culprits.
What?
You know, detainees, hostages, jailbirds, lifers, inmates.
Trotmus punches the stranger out of his rant. The stranger immediately stops, looking at Trotmus. A small crack of light appears in the wall behind the stranger, but not quite large enough to attract attention. It swiftly disappears as the stranger speaks.
You hit me.
Yeah?
You hit me.
I know.
Assault!
What?
Help! I'm being attacked! Somebody help! I feel... I can't see!
Jesus.
Woe is me! So much to live for, trapped in here for eternity with a barbarian!
The stranger continues to theatrically moan while walking over to the iron bars of the jail.
Oh, I'm gonna bruise like a coconut. Is it coconut? Doesn't seem right. Peach? I've never been in a fight before. It really hurts.
I didn't mean to. It was just a slap. Oh, great heavenly war's teats, what have I done? Why do we deserve such cruel, cruel fate? Trapped inside this tiny cell. As Trotmus wails on, the stranger leans against the jail bars.
Yeah, yes. Oh, so impractical.
The stranger pops off an iron bar, making a hole. Hold up.
What?
What was that?
Nothing.
What do you mean nothing? You just took off the iron bars.
Oh, yeah, so you made a hole.
You mean we can leave any time?
Oh, yeah, looks like it. Yep.
So we're not trapped here.
Here? Oh, no, not here.
And we could just walk out.
Yeah.
Well, go on then. The stranger looks at Trotmus confused. The hole! Go through the bloody hole!
Oh, sorry.
Cue Hatventures intro. Da 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 da.
That's the
Da
music.
da 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 da. Interior, dark corridor, night. The stranger and Trotmus are slowly walking down a dark, claustrophobic corridor. Their cell slowly fades to darkness behind them. Small droplets of water echo through the hall, and a dull wind blows through. The stranger is looking intently at Trotmus. Trotmus attempts not to look round, but begins to take small glances. The stranger does not stop. What? Why are you looking at me like that? The stranger just continues to stare. Eventually he speaks up.
Look, I know we just met and all, and I don't mean to be rude, but you've got two giant bloody great tusks hanging from your gob.
Trotmus remains silent.
Not that I mind tusks, just that, well, you're bloody walking walrus.
Trotmus and the stranger stop and look at each other, then continue walking.
Guess you ain't local then. Not seen much of the world myself. So what's it like where you're from?
Trotmus looks down at the ground as he tries to remember. Sudden flashes of imagery sweeps across Trotmus's vision, but he is confused with what he sees. He does not recognize any of it. I can't remember. Trotmus remains fixated within this confusing imagery.
Really? Amnesia.
Trotmus snaps out of it.
Typical. Bloody typical.
What?
Well, you're all the bloody same, aren't you?
Who is?
You lot. Look at you. Oh, I can't remember. Oh, look at me. How convenient. I've forgotten bloody everything.
It's not my fault. I'm just following this fucking script.
Let's have a look then.
Trotmus takes out a piece of paper.
Hatventures Origins Episode 3. In a struggle with past mysterious handsome protagonist. Wait,
What?
that bit. Mysterious handsome protagonist. You wrote that on top.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did. Look.
The stranger holds the paper to a light source.
You see the tip-X'd out bit? What does that say? Blubbery, greasy...
Trotmus snatches the script. How dare you?
Sorry. I don't know what came over me.
They both reach the end of a corridor and look at the door. So what's through here?
Not sure. Never got to the door.
Trotmus flicks an obvious lever to the right of the door. The door creaks open to reveal a grand room.
To open. Time was built, huh? They both tentatively step aside.
They both tentatively step inside and begin walking down a narrow suspended pathway to the center of the room. The room is a giant cylindrical hall with a suspended pathway shaped like a cross that meets in the middle and plummets to a seemingly endless drop. High above, an elaborate dome displays patterns segmented into 4 quarters. Beneath each segment along the walls lies 3 huge archways connected to the crossed paths. This is a prison?
Yeah, bit over the top, ain't it? And other prisoners get Xboxes, but this is just taking the...
Why us? Why are we here? The two arrive at the central point of the room, where 4 paths to each side of the room meet. Lying ahead of them, 3 separate doors, each with a distinct look. Which one?
Your choice.
As Trotmus looks at the door to the right, the camera zooms in on the door with very ominous and scary sounds suddenly emerge. The one to the left, maybe?
All right.
The two set forth to the doorway on the left, but seemingly out of nowhere, distant echoey voice is heard.
Oh, I think they're going for it. That's
no-
the same, similar. Sorry. What voice
Lofty
did you
and
imagine?
sort of like.
I think they're going for it.
The same thing again.
Similar. Fuck it.
Oh.
That'll be fine.
I'll change it.
This is meant to be the.
Sorry, I'm just zoned out then.
Oh.
Yeah. Another voice giggles along with it. Trotimus, you say something.
Nope.
They both continue towards the door.
Oh, really? That one?
Shh. Brilliant. Who's there?
No one.
Fantastic.
What? He asks, is anyone there? And you shout back at him? Moron.
Show yourselves.
No. No, thanks.
Go on.
Oh, all right then.
No.
No, definitely a no.
Really? I mean, we already know you're there. Why not show yourselves? Well, it's a bit bloody hard to miss us, mate. Huh? Yeah. Now you bloody see us, don't you? With your beady little eyes.
Bloody hell, it can't be.
Talking crystals, yep.
What of it?
Crikey.
Oh, yeah. Just keep wandering towards that door.
Yeah, you keep going towards the wrong one.
This is the wrong door?
Nope. No, you choose. They're all good, really. That one's my favourite, in fact.
Likely story.
It's fine. It's fine. You just keep going towards that one. Fine, then. Trotimus and the stranger turn around and take their first step before a sudden jolt of lightning smashes down in front of them, causing them to jump back and scream.
Whoops. Sorry.
Sorry? You did that on purpose.
I did not. I slipped.
Slipped! Slipped! How did you just slip out a giant lightning bolt? He gets excited.
Why are you trying to stop us from going to this door?
We're not. Honest.
Crystal's honour.
They all share a moment of silent staring and judgment before Trotimus and the stranger decide to turn and continue towards the door. Suddenly another bolt of lightning immediately hits the ground. Right! That's it! That was definitely on purpose.
Oh, that lightning. Yeah, my bad. Sorry.
Look, just let us pick a door. You said you won't stop us, so don't.
Right you are.
Trotimus and the stranger whisper to each other and decide to head to the far right door.
The bloody nerve of those two, I swear.
Achoo!
Suddenly a flash of lightning hits in front of Trotimus and the stranger, making them jump back. Trotimus is suddenly sent into a strange state where he feels like he's lying down elsewhere. All of his vision is blurry. He hears a faint, familiar voice, but it's too muffled to comprehend. Shortly after, he snaps out of it.
I told you, I flaming giant lumps of glass. Don't bloody bolt us again.
Crystal number 1 struggles to hold it in. Another sneeze. Trotimus shakes his head to get his bearings back. Walking close to the crystals.
But what do you do? Oh, no, here's a great idea. Let's try and blast them again.
Crystal 1 sneezes again, hurling a lightning bolt at the path and knocking off a stone block. You're the most useless crystal I know. You know that. Crystal number 1 sniffs and moans, containing another sneeze. Trotimus catches up with the stranger. We get one cool power. One power. You know, the freaking power of lightning. Zapping anything we want, anytime. And there you are. Crystal number 1 sneezes again. Another lightning bolt fires across the room. A distant smash of rock is heard. How on earth can you be allergic to lightning? I mean, it's bloody ridiculous. Trotimus and the stranger exchange glances, realizing the crystals are distracted.
It's not my that's her fault.
A lightning bolt whizzes across towards Crystal 2, who casually ducks out the way. No, it's not your bloody fault. But you're making me look like a right tit. Trotimus and the stranger slowly back away, down the path to the front doorway. The crystals are too distracted to notice.
I'm
Don't you
so
dare!
sorry.
Back your glossy ass up! Trotimus and the stranger make it to the doorway. The door slowly creaks open. Come on. They both cringe at the creaking wood and turn to the crystals, but they cannot hear. They both slip inside and the door begins to close behind them.
Achoo!
A bolt of lightning fires out the back of Crystal 1. Oh, that's it! I'm done! I've got crystal snot all in my bleeding eyes! The voice flays as the doors close. Oh, this is absolutely disgusting! The door slams shut, instantly cutting all sound from the previous room, leaving Trotimus and the stranger in an eerily quiet corridor. Crystals. Talking crystals.
Oh, no.
That's mental. How can they even talk? There are a couple of floating rocks. So messed up. The stranger stops and stares at Trotimus. What?
You're a fucking walrus.
Dun, 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 dun. Episode 3 done. Play this as well in the background. Hatventures Origins Episode 4 by Hatventures, Chris John, Ross Hobby, and Alex Smith. DJ Max, a far war-torn village. The scene begins with darkness. The sound of flames crackling and muffled screams can be heard. Go.
The heat was unbearable. We could feel it from a mile off.
The shot fades. In a heat haze of a burning building is seen. A squad of young soldiers are walking along a pathway near a jungle towards a burning village.
None of us knew what to expect. Fresh out of boot camp, a squad full of noobs. We're too young for this shit.
A man on fire runs through and past the squad
Why is
in
it
slow
narrated?
motion.
Things were heating up faster than we could manage. I mean, people were literally on fire.
Ross!
Well, is Smith going to do Ross?
No,
Alan
I'm
now?
doing Smith.
Yeah. The muffled sounds rise up and Ross snaps out of his narration.
You need to stop the self-narration, buddy! These guys are shitting themselves!
It was obvious that the weaker minds would be lost soon.
Hey!
Oh, I know. It was obvious that the weaker minds would be lost soon.
Hey, I can hear what you're saying! It's just not in your head!
My morality is slipping. Is murder the wrong in a place like this?
I hope that's not about me! You know I'll kill you if you try to kill me! We need to search this village, so snap out of it!
Okay, you know, I have no control over that. It's this place. It does weird things to a man. Random Squaddy 1.
I didn't mean to drop no Eve. Were you talking about doing weird things to a man?
Filthy. Just filthy. Come on. I hope you all brought dry towels because I'm going to need to borrow those. I don't deal with heat very well.
We should search those buildings first.
Just sweaty. Oh, yes. Should we really be going near the flames? This wasn't in any simulation.
We need to find out who did this.
The squad ambled down the road as they approached the first set of burning buildings.
Al Smithy, exterior, town centre, beside well.
Al Smithy is seen climbing out the well, huffing and puffing. Kelvin is sat whimpering, looking up at Barry, who is looking down, smiling. Bard music can be heard in the background and the beginnings of a party amongst the townsfolk. Barry the Blue. Oh, there's a good boy. I haven't given... hold on, what's his voice?
Oh, there's a good
more like
there's a
Hagrid?
good boy. I've given him something temporary for the pain, but I'll make a salve to apply to aid the healing of his bones.
Thank you, sir.
Please, call
Wait, you're
me
doing
Barry.
Smith as well?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're doing
'cause-
Al Smithy?
Yeah, because
I did Alan.
Yeah,
and Al-
Okay.
please call me Barry. Everyone does.
Well, thank you, Barry. I don't know what I would have done if I had lost him.
Why are you Michael
I'm so
Caine
lucky
now?
you were here.
I do have a habit of turning up at the right time, out of the blue.
Come on, Barry. We're going for a pint and Mary reckons they're for you.
They're on you.
They're on you.
They are on
Hey!
you. Wait, Mary's fucking nuts. Barry looks around bemused and nods at the passing crowd, then looks back to El Smithy. Oh, looks like Barry is getting battered tonight. You take this handsome mud of yours back home and see if he's well looked after. I'll drop the salve round in the evening.
Oh, we're getting blinded tonight, Bazzer.
Tomorrow afternoon. Anyway, must be off. Really fancy a gin. Barry leaves to join the crowd now piling into the entrance of a nearby tavern. Al Smithy starts back up towards Nancy's. As he leaves, house music can be heard to start up in the tavern, and a muffled crowd shouts, "Woo!" The camera pulls up above the square to show the village move into evening.
From bar music to house music.
As Al Smithy continues up the road towards Nancy's.
Trotimus, Dream Castle, interior corridor. Trotimus and the stranger are walking down another dark corridor. Crystals! Talking, lightning-powered, slightly obnoxious crystals!
I've seen worse.
Trotimus glances at the stranger. I feel all tingly. You know, when you've just done something intense, like you're all buzzing from the adrenaline. Ah! I'm so pumped!
My left leg's a little tingly, I guess. Feels like a trapped nerve, actually.
I guess we just push on. The two continue down the dark, lengthy corridor.
Look, crossroads.
Oh, fantastic. Suddenly the ground cracks open, flooding light on Trotimus as he falls down the hole, screaming. Ah! Trotimus manages to grab onto a ledge. The stranger dives to grab his hands.
Hold on, I'll get you up.
Trotimus pants and panics.
Just hold it together. Don't look down.
The stranger pulls Trotimus out of the hole. Both collapse on the floor and the hole seals up. I saw...
Forget it.
But I saw things, people, in a different place.
I told you, don't look at that stuff. It's trying to trick you.
Trotimus stares at the stranger.
Guess it's about time you knew.
The stranger helps Trotimus to his feet. Knew what?
About this place. What it's all about.
Yep, that'd be great. Have you been holding out on me?
Sorry, protocol. Had to.
What do you mean had to? Why?
Look, let's just pick a path, plod along, I'll explain as we go. No point wasting time, eh?
Fine, left. The two turn left at the crossroads down a corridor that seems to stretch on for eternity. DJ G-Max outside a burning building in the village. 3 of the 6 squad members are marking the perimeter outside of the entrance to this burning house. Alan and Ross are at the doorway ready to run inside. You're probably wondering why we need to run into this burning building.
Covered in towels. Not so much.
Let's go. Oh, you can do it, Smith.
Alan rushes into the building. The walls are aflame with some of the structure collapsed. Alan is dodging his way around this rather large building, hunting for something.
It's probably time I ask what you're looking for.
A soldier at the doorway calls into the house, yelling through the flames. You're right in there! Things are heating up with the locals out here!
It's distasteful, but I think he's making a pun at the destruction of the lives of these people.
Here, I found it. I knew those bastards had been here.
Whoa, what?
When the creeps come through, there's always residue.
They did this?
Was that meant to rhyme?
I don't know. Sorry, I was half joking before.
I was half joking before, but now there's something you should see out here. I've never encountered such rudeness.
Gunpowder. Now, I didn't mention this before. I've been training to use this stuff, and it's not easiest to come by. Dangerous stuff.
Right, so we know the cause. Can we stop it happening again?
Potentially. With enough of this stuff, we could stand a good chance.
Oh. You should come back out, guys. These things. I'm so disgusted. I can barely...
He throws up.
Alan and Ross come out of the smouldering building to be greeted by 5 little goblin creatures.
Yeah, there's more shit stains than we thought, guys.
You're so fucking ugly, they are.
You wretched little things. What are you doing here?
You've met before?
You don't want to know.
Yeah, this stinky little shit face we saw a while back. Never forget a stinky thing like you.
Well, that's hurtful. But I've been on my feet all day. It's been hot of late.
Oh, whoa, don't justify yourself to these things. What are they, a gang of little shits?
Thanks, fuckface.
Yeah, we're shit. What of it, skunk breath?
Ouch. It does sting a little, emotionally.
I can't stop. The others are they're crying. We weren't trained for this.
The little shits are parading around the opposite burning building, gathering loot while the rest of the squad are sobbing to one side.
We haven't got time for you. Loot what you will, but please, no more hurtful words.
I guess we should search for more of that extra juice, hey, Alan?
Ah, yes, of course. Come on, lads. Let's leave these creatures. The stench is starting to...
Don't sink to their level, sir. It's not worth it.
You're probably right.
Oh, just fuck off, you bleeding scummers.
So much disrespect. What can men do against such reckless verbal abuse?
Let us march out. We'll meet up with the others beyond the village.
The little shits scurry off, humming a tune to themselves. The squad begin to walk through the village, checking each house for gunpowder. The camera pulls out, revealing the extent of the fire.
Trotimus, Dream Castle, Interior, Corridor 2. Trotimus and the stranger turn left at the crossroads, down a corridor that seems to stretch on for eternity.
So, here's the thing, right? This was all your decision.
Turning left? Yeah, I know.
No, I mean everything here. It's all you.
What? Getting thrown into this prison was my idea.
Well, in a way. Right, hold on to your nads. Let's sink in. This isn't a prison. It's, it's whatever you want it to be, really.
Trotimus stares blankly at the stranger.
People come here, right, to look inside themselves, to dig deep into their history, their choices, and reflect on stuff. Kings, queens, important people all throughout the ages have come here, right? They all seek answers. This place exposes everything about them. Every decision they've ever made makes it easy to choose what course of action to take. Great wars have been decided here. I'm telling you, big decisions.
How does it work?
The place holds mystical properties. It's never the same. Each person that steps inside creates a whole new place made for their inner thoughts and memories.
So, basically, I'm in an extremely vivid dream. I bloody knew this would be a crappy Inception rip-off.
No, it's real.
It's back when it was relevant.
That's the special thing. Every brick, every person.
Lost in conversation, they suddenly find themselves at a doorway.
Oh, after you.
Oh, no, after you. The stranger enters, followed by Trotimus. Another endless corridor begins.
As I was saying, everything here is as real as it gets. This place creates physical reality from within yourself.
So, you're just a projection of someone in my head. They end up at another crossroads. Left?
Left.
They turn left again, down another corridor.
No, I'm the only one who isn't. I'm the humble servant of the mystical force that creates all this stuff, and I've been since I can remember. I'm here to protect you, ensure you get what you came for, and don't fall victim to the ludicrous parts of your mind.
They find themselves at another crossing. This time the corridors go up and down. Trotmus leads the way right. Of all the things, I choose to begin in a filthy-looking prison. With tattered clothes, I could have had epic armour. A muddy filth pond, all to myself.
It's common for the first room to embody a person's fear and apprehension as they step into this place. Oh, watch the jabbing spikes on the wall.
Trotmus casually looks at the incredibly quick spike traps that shoot in and out of the wall. Yep, wait, hold up. Both of them stop at another doorway. It seems like a different entrance to a new room. While they speak, the floor behind them begins to crumble away to lava. So it's this place that caused my amnesia. Lovely. Why would someone enter this place seeking answers only to forget about it? The floor continues to fall away behind them, turning into lava. They're entirely oblivious.
You're different. Most people remember their past. It's only recent memories that are cleansed to provide complete clarity without any recent worries clouding important decisions. You, however, have nothing. No recent memories, no distant memories. That's a little... Well, it's a bit of a pickle, if I'm honest.
Yeah, I'm able to create a giant bloody hallway, 2 lightning-powered crystals, and an infinitely long corridor with an ever-increasing amount of bloody doors in it. Trotmus' voice echoes back down the long corridor into blackness. The floor continues to crumble at an ever-increasing rate, yet just out of sight of the two.
Well, it ain't like your brain dead.
The stranger glances at Trotmus.
Well, not entirely, anyway. Your memories are still in your noggin somewhere, just harder to find. Makes our task a little difficult and a lot more unpredictable. At any moment, something could come out of nowhere and, after you.
The stranger opens the door for Trotmus. No, I insist. The floor continues to crumble behind them.
Oh, please. You let me in last time.
The lava approaches faster. Go on.
Oh, you sir are a gent.
The two casually step through the door just as the lava reaches their feet. They get through just in time without ever knowing of the danger behind them.
It's pretty obvious you came here to recover all your memories. So it's simple, really. All we got to do is follow the path, locate your lost memories, and hey presto.
Yeah. Steps forward to look at the surroundings. Oh, God. The two suddenly realize where they are. An incredibly huge room filled with a variety of pathways in all directions. Al Smithy, internal. The following day, Al Smithy's cramped bedroom. Al Smithy is seen bending down looking at Kelvin on his mat. Kelvin is making painful whimpering sounds. Oh, fuck, it's me again. And Nancy. Do you want to be yourself?
Yeah, sure.
Do it.
Oh, not long now, boy. Barry said he'd be here this afternoon with something to make you feel better.
Dinner's ready, boys! Come and get it while it's fresh off the stove! I've done my famous mushroom stew!
Ugh, more like infamous, am I right, boy? You're lucky Barry's looking after you. I might be the one not making it through the night at this rate.
Boys, it's getting cold!
Come in, Nancy.
You can do the description, Ross.
Al Smithy pets Calvin and leaves his bedroom towards the kitchen. Calvin follows him slowly. Al Smithy joins Tom at the table as Nancy serves out the stew and then sits down. Calvin stops and sits by Al Smithy's chair.
Well, eat up, everybody! I see Kelvin's looking better already!
Woof.
He's doing all right, yeah. Barry said he'd be visiting this afternoon with something to get Kelvin back up to his usual noisy self, though he seems to be running a bit late.
There is a knock at the door. Nancy and Al Smithy both rise to open the door.
Oh, that must be him now! It's okay, dear, you eat up, I'll get it!
Oh, great.
Nancy opens the door to reveal Barry, who she welcomes in.
Oh, Barry, lovely to see you. Come in, come in!
Hello, Nancy. Good to see you too. Thank you. Oh, it seems you're having dinner. Terribly sorry to interrupt.
Oh, not at all, Barry. We have plenty to spare. Why don't you join us?
Oh, that's very kind of you, but I fear it may have ill consequences. Old Bazza had a bit of a heavy night last night and is feeling rather delicate.
Oh, well, my famous mushroom stew will sort you right out then.
Oh, no, really.
Sit down, I'll give you a bowl.
Barry reluctantly sits at the table opposite Al Smithy.
Hello, Al Smithy. Oh, and is that Kelvin I see sat behind you? He's doing okay, but still needs a little help, I think. No problem. I cooked something up for him this morning. Should have him right as rain in just a few weeks.
Nancy lays down a bowl in front of Barry.
There you go, dear. Enjoy!
Barry smiles and goes to take a whiff of it. He recoils in disgust, but tries to feign enjoyment.
Oh, thank you, Nancy. Dear God, what is that horrifically alluring aroma? Holds back vomit with a burp. I simply can't wait to dig in.
The group eat dinner after they finish dancing at the table.
Sorry, just completely saying that one.
Well, that was fragrant, Nancy. Thank you. Now I must see to this brave hound here. There's a good boy. Let's see what we have in here.
Barry rummages in his potion sack.
Ah, yes, here it is. Crystal meth. Wait, no, that's... I don't know how that got in there. Yes, here we go. Essence of skeleton tears. This should have that broken leg mended in no time. Thank you so much, Barry. You've been so helpful. I can't help but ask, how on earth did you acquire such a thing as skeleton tears? Oh, my boy. Trust me, you do not want to know. Let's just say it involves several bad jokes, a vast quantity of lime juice, and a sawn-off shotgun. Okay, my boy. There we go. Now we just wait for those bones to mend. What?
Barry places the potion bottle back into his bag and moves towards the door.
Well, then, that should get dear Calvin back out terrorizing those chickens in no time. Nancy, thank you for that delightfully, was it stew, is it? Never mind. I must be away this evening. There's terrible trouble brewing to the north.
Oh, you're welcome, Barry. Trouble? Oh, I must say, I've heard dark things from travellers passing through.
Quite. They really don't know how to make a good cup of tea there. Good night. Good night, Barry.
What?
Good night, Barry.
Barry leaves and closes the door behind him. Nancy goes to the kitchen and everyone leaves the table. Al Smithy returns to his room and Kelvin follows.
Night, everybody. I'm going to get an early one. You should too, boy. That leg'll heal up well.
Well.
Well,
Al Smithy gets into bed as Kevin curls up on his rug beside him.
Back when you fell down that well, I thought the worst, buddy. I honestly thought I'd lost you. We were so lucky Barry was there to help. Such a nice bloke. Good night, boy. See you in the morning.
Woof. The next morning, Al Smithy's room. The town bell, explosions and distant shouts and screams can be heard as Al Smithy wakes up into an empty house.
Ding, ding. Hello? What's going on?
Al Smithy rushes to the door. Kelvin is not in his mat.
Kelvin?
Al Smithy spots Kelvin hiding under the stairs.
It's okay, boy. I'll find out what's going on. You stay there.
Al Smithy exits through the front door and out to the main street. He is greeted with chaos. The village is under attack with fire and damage all over. People screaming and creepers everywhere. Plumes of smoke. In practice, Al Smithy begins to run towards the town centre.
Nancy? Nancy? Where are you? Tom?
Al Smithy reaches the centre as creepers can be seen piling through the door of the taverns and explosions can be heard within.
What's happening?
Al Smithy sees Tom's a little up the road fighting back 3 creepers. He takes the first down.
you're Tom as well.
Oh, I am.
Yeah.
You'll have to work. Oh, you'll have to work harder than that to kill Tom, you creep. They're always Bristolian. Tom kills the second creeper and knocks a chicken out the way to safety. He sees the last creeper preparing for his last charge at him as he squares up, pointing his hoe at the last creeper. Come at me, you dirty green bastard! The creeper dashes forward, but instead of exploding, stuns Tom and knocks the hoe from his hand. Clever girl. The creeper explodes, consuming and killing Tom in the explosion.
Tom! No, Tom!
Al Smithy is not being able to comprehend what he's just seen, hastily turns away and comes face to face with the Red Mage. There is a moment between the two. Time briefly stops. Suddenly we are back in the present and the Red Mage turns to smoke and disappears. The smoke clears and Al Smithy spots several creepers heading towards Nancy's house. He begins to sprint towards it. As he closes on the house, it becomes apparent he is too late. The creepers reach the house and explode, leaving it in ruin.
Kelvin! No!
Al Smithy crashes through the broken front door of the burning building. Smoke fills the air and flames make it hard to see. He coughs and splutters.
Kelvin! Where are you, buddy?
Al Smithy spots Calvin under a collapsed bookcase and attempts to fight his way towards him. Suddenly, Barry the Blue appears through the door behind him and grabs him. Slow motion with dramatic music as Al Smithy reaches out for Calvin, but Barry pulls him away into the door. Moments before Al Smithy is pulled through the door, time stands still. Calvin says, "Fly, you fools," in slow motion.
The dog does.
The dog just whimpered the entire time. I just mouthed. Fly, you fools. Kelvin! In the same tone as Frodo. Kelvin!
Barry pulls Al Smithy from the house just as it collapses.
Dun, 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 dun. There you go.
Oh, God.
Big climax, episode 4. Fucking hell. I climax at least.